welcome to the best topic with Trisha and Kays, a new concept podcast that we came up with where we eat and talk about 6 total topics. So it should be cool. I bring 3 to the table, she brings 3 to the table. This is our first time, so I'm sure it'll be a little rough, but I'm excited to put it together. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
She sounds excited.
This is my excited tone.
Well, we're at the original Pancake House in Plymouth, Minnesota. There's a few original houses. I don't know if this is the first place that they ever made pancake though. I feel like that's a little misleading. The original Pancake House. That's like bold. We started this.
What was it? I can't remember what show that was where like it says like the best coffee like in the world or something like that, and like the person, I think it might have been like Unbreakable, like the Kimmy. Remember like Kimmy?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Unbreakable.
That's where it came from.
What does that even mean? The International House of Pancakes? Is there different like versions of pancakes?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe
that's misleading too.
They've curated all of the best pancakes from around the world.
I don't recall
Put it under one
a
roof.
variety of pancakes at IHOPs. Like this pancakes from Germany. This pancakes from India.
This is a German pancake.
Didn't see that. That's misleading.
That would have been a nice theme. Honestly, like I was really excited to go to IHOPs as a kid, and it was like the worst experience. Now it's like,
oh, now it is.
Yeah, it's like the worst. All their food is like janky. I guess maybe their pancakes are still okay, but their food is janky. Like it's kind of like Perkins. Like Perkins has a full menu. You can get a steak at Perkins, and it's the worst steak that you'll ever eat.
I don't think so.
Pan fried.
It's definitely not like
every time.
I don't think I've ever had a steak at Perkins once.
Yeah, it was a bad decision. I don't know why I made that choice.
But I don't think that they have bad food. I just don't think they have great food.
They have terrible food.
I like eating here because their fruit is so fresh and they give you so much.
That's true.
It makes me think like how much like baskets of strawberries do you have back there? They literally give you like a pint of strawberries.
Yeah, they're like farmers market type strawberries.
Yeah, it's always
too.
like super fresh. It's just perfect. They must have a garden back there.
They don't have a garden back there, I'm sure. Yeah, so we're eating at the original Pancake House. I have my 3 topics. I've done background research on my 3 topics. Trisha, I'm sure, is super prepared. We're gonna go back and forth. So like, I'm gonna start, unless you want to start.
You can start.
All right. On the 3 best topics that I can find for sit down, and it has everything to do with our weekend. Like we were like literally snowed in, and it's April. It's pretty nuts. Do you know what they would call the snowstorm?
The snowstorm?
Yeah, it had a name.
No, I didn't hear about it. I'm sure it sounds ridiculous.
What? Guess what the name is.
I don't know.
You don't know what it is? You gotta guess. It's a guess. It can be anything. He's like, I don't know what to guess.
I don't know. Spring blizzard.
Spring blizzard. It's always a name. It's Xanto.
Springy blizz.
It was Xanto. Xanto. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, like the blizzard was called the name?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Storm Xanto.
I thought she meant that because I don't know what wasn't it something like crazy? It was called like a
vortex,
a tornado blizzard.
Yeah, out on the East Coast.
Tornado. Like it was just like these like some intense like word like a tornado bomb. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, a tornado bomb. Like tornado is a crazy enough word to just hear coming. This is like tornado bomb.
Yeah, it's actually Xanto, not tornado bomb. But it could have been because it was actually record breaking. So it has 14.9 inches, the heaviest April snowfall ever, which proves that global warming is real.
It's real? it's funny that you say that it's real because other people will say that it's not real because it's cold and people don't really
Should be
understand.
called global, like, colding or what?
People don't understand like
Global cooling.
what
Global cooling.
global warming means and what it does, and it basically it's just. I mean, I'm sure you know. You said you did extensive background. No, just
Not that
lying.
extensive.
No, but that's what global warming is supposed to do. It's just this extreme like weather, more frequent extreme weather.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And so sometimes I see on Facebook when people make comments about like 'cause when it's really cold or just this blizzard now in April, it's like, oh, global, like that's global warming for you, like sarcastically. When I just wish that people would just do their research on stuff before they post on
Are you
Facebook.
surprised that I know that? You're like, oh wow, you really understand this global warming stuff. Like, I don't, but I'm just saying, like, that's some basic stuff there. I feel like you underestimate your husband sometimes. It's like, what? You know
No,
how,
you're more educated than I think you are.
sometimes. So yeah, 14.9 inches, pretty crazy. Looked out the window. Honestly, I went and I went on the road to get boxes and get containers
That was the funniest thing.
because my wife put me on an errand. I'm like, what am I doing right now? I got lucky. I didn't get stuck. I didn't get any accidents. And well, I did get stuck. I got stuck on the driveway coming into the house. It couldn't be a better place to get stuck.
Right, that
Your
was
own
super
driveway.
funny.
I guess I should say that, like, we basically live on top of a mountain.
We're on a hill.
It's a steep. I don't know what we were thinking. Like, honestly, it's not even something that crossed my mind when we were purchasing the house.
That's why I'm really hoping with this new house that we're not
Missing something.
Missing something of like overlooking that. I was definitely a big overlooking that, and like the backyard too. We overlooked the backyard of just like how much work it was gonna be.
Yeah. It was basically like a garden,
It was.
Garden of Eden, but it's a lot of care, and I'm just not a green thumb, so didn't really know what to do with it. Totally effed up the backyard. Like, they're gonna have a lot of work to do, the new owners.
I'm glad we don't have to do that. We don't have to worry about that with this house.
She didn't bring me any tea though. Like, she brought me hot water, but she didn't bring me tea.
Maybe she thought you brought your own tea bags, just like the other person.
Yeah, right? Oh, do you need tea? Yeah, I do.
Why
Did I just ask for hot water?
Why don't you just ask for tea? Like
ask for hot
if you
water
could
for
just ask for tea, they will also bring you all the things that come with making tea.
That's what I need to do.
Okay.
Well, that's topic number one. Your turn.
Okay, so my topic is talking about the release of Cardi B's her debut album. What were we looking at?
Your boobs. No, could you lift your mic up?
I think so. Louise can come tomorrow.
Lift it up where?
Oh, right here.
Oh, okay. This? Alright.
Okay.
So yeah, her debut album, Invasion of Privacy. Definitely been waiting a long time. I mean, I haven't been waiting, but her fans have been waiting. I think just
So you're not a
everybody.
fan?
I wouldn't say that I'm not a fan, but I'm just not like. I don't know.
She's
Not like
in denial. That's
not excited.
She's the biggest fan. Did you buy the album? How did you
No,
acquire it?
I don't have the album. So on Apple Music, I have these playlists. So I have like of course an R&B like playlist.
So you have a subscription to Apple
Yeah,
Music.
and then I have like this other playlist that's called It's Lit, and then basically just as new songs come out, like it just replaces songs.
Oh, okay.
So you just always have like most current
So that's
popular
how you
songs.
heard. That's how you
So
heard.
that's how I've heard a lot of her songs. So
So of the album, how many songs have you heard?
I've heard, well, obviously Bodak Yellow is on there, so heard that. Heard Be Careful, I Like It, Vic and Head. What else is on there that I've listened to? Drip. I think those are all the songs I've listened to, and honestly, they're all good.
Yeah, and there's more songs on there, and they're all good. So I had if you go to, like, let's say you don't have a subscription to Apple Music, which is good because you're actually, every time you stream her music, she gets paid. So that's great. So it's like you did buy the album in a way. At least, you know, you pay for what you consumed. But yeah, like I listened to all of it. I just went to YouTube. All that tracks are already on YouTube, and like it's kind of cool because it's under her profile. So it's Cardi B. It's like official music. It's not like pirated. It's not illegal. She put it out there for free, so anybody can actually listen to it, which is, I think, is a new wave. Because if you think back to when Napster came out, and all these record labels are pretty much like, no, you cannot steal music, and you have like BitTorrents, and you know, you buy a bootleg CD from a friend or something like that.
Honestly, like, I just don't even think it's about really buying like the music anymore.
Right.
It's about so many other things. It's like touring, just getting your brand out there to just do other things. You know, whether makeup line, clothing line,
right?
Like so many promotions,
brand extensions.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's really what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously artists that are creative.
Can I get some green tea?
Oh, you want it? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I will go get it today. I misunderstood. I thought you brought your own when you said.
No, I totally understand. I apologize.
No problem. I'll be right back.
All right, thank you.
So you see, that's why you just gotta.
I guess people do bring in their own tea. They don't have Lipton here, and I'm a big fan. So, all right, so. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, so back in the 90s, everybody was freaking out, and I think people are more accepting, especially new people like Cardi B, who this is her first debut album, you know, off of being a love and hip-hop superstar, and then after that,
she was just an Instagram personality.
And then before that, a stripper. So, yeah, she's new age, and she's getting this show money. Like, I think that show money and the brand extensions that you were talking about is more lucrative, perhaps, than, you know, I guess, record sales. Maybe not. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe record sales were more lucrative. Because could you imagine selling like a $16 CD? You know, to print a CD, you know, we had those blank discs, those CDR, but I'm just talking about when CDs were selling. Like a CDR is like $1, and then you burn it on your computer. Remember when you would have those CDRWs,
yeah.
You write your own CDs, so it's like, or a CDR. So like you write your CD. I mean, and like bootleggers, right? You think about them. They only paid maybe $2 to get that CD created. The booklet, the design, all that stuff. $2. And then they're selling it for $18. Like the margin on that's ridiculous. They were probably printing out money back in the day. Then you think about like budgets for like videos. It was like $2 million for a music video. And now, at least with popular knowledge is, right? I call it popular knowledge because I have none of the fact. It's basically that the deals that people get is a lot less. Like they have to look for, you know, like if you look at the videos today, there's like Ciroc, there's what is it? What's that liquor? It's called Bel Air, I think. Yeah, Bel Air. There's
Belvedere?
No, it's Bel Air.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a champagne that you see a lot of these rappers, or
yeah.
Beats by Dre. It's always in the video. And it's almost like, is it that bad that they need like sponsorship just to shoot a video now? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I just think it's different now. I think it's just a different type of consumption of products.
So so the music's great. That was awesome to find out. Like, okay, there's a lot of hype around this person. Is this gonna be dope? And it was. So that's dope. But more than anything else, I invest in like personalities. It's like the difference in investing in the horse or the jockey, and I'm all about the jockey. And I've always liked Cardi B ever since Love and Hip Hop is when I was introduced to her. I don't know why.
I
her
put you on to
ratchetness.
Cardi B.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but whenever it's on, you have it on.
Even before she was on Love and Hip Hop, like.
What?
It was this one video that I think the Shade Room posted of her, and that Drake had liked it, and it was this funny thing. She was like, I remember she had like this light purple like wig on with bangs, and she's like, you know, there may be other girls prettier than me, smarter than me, or something like that, and she's like, but you know, put me in a dick sucking contest and I'ma win or something like that every time. And so the shade room put that on there and Drake liked it. So I was like, who's this person? And I just thought it was so funny how she said it. And then I just like went to her Instagram profile and was just looking at her. And I was like, she says the funniest things. And I remember I was telling you, she was like, isn't she like so funny? And you were like, I don't know, you didn't seem very interested. And then I heard that she was going on Love and Hip Hop, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. She's going on Love and Hip Hop. And you know what? Honestly, what I think that one of the best moves that she made that I feel like
was getting off of it.
No. She fixed her teeth. That's what happened. She fixed her teeth, and I swear things started coming up. After that.
She knew.
She had to though. Like she just couldn't have those teeth and just be famous. She couldn't.
But she was still cool, man. So anyway, yeah, she had a great personality. Like, and that's why I think she's gonna win. Like besides the music, like I think she has a great personality. But the only thing that it's like crazy to me is, and she shouldn't take this the wrong way, I guess if she hears it, but she sounds like low-key retarded when she talks, but she's mad smart.
Don't say retarded.
Like she sounds special. Like she doesn't sound like she can speak. But then it's crazy because you listen to her rap and all of that like mumbling and not getting her words right is eliminated. Like she could recite hip-hop raps crazy. Like I just finished watching like this interview of her in Nardwuar in Canada, and she's not articulate. She talks broken English, which, if I go on a quick tangent, is almost unfair to say. Although she was raised in the Bronx, like, you know, I hate saying that about foreigners. You know, my dad's an immigrant, my mom's an immigrant, and my dad, a lot of people can't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah, but it's not because he's saying like has broken English. It's because he has just such a thick Nigerian accent.
Right, but on top of it all, I have to draw like some of my like prejudices away and honestly say that these people are more intelligent, even though they sound dumb, right?
Because they can speak two.
They can speak two languages. I can't even start speaking Spanish. Like, forget an accent. I don't even know the words.
Right.
So like, the fact that they can speak a whole nother language, and who knows how intelligent they sound when they speak like their own language. Like they could be sounding like, you know, Obama in their own language, but sound, you know, doofy in our language. But at the end of the day, that's how I like, you know, hear Cardi B sometimes. I'm like, man, like she sounds crazy, but then when she spits, it's like, yo, you get all the words right now. Like, how's that even possible?
But that's true, but I'm sure it's because it's a lot of practice.
A lot of practice,
a lot of takes. Like, maybe not though. Because I did hear a comment from Bruno Mars with the Finesse song that they did together. That she came in at like 3 o'clock in the morning and like just did her verse. And it sounded like it was really quick.
So with all of that Nardwuar interview, she spit somebody else's verse. I can't remember. She was just like quoting like one of her favorite rappers and put on the spot too, because you know how Nardwuar just like, here's a record labels from the 80s that your mother used to listen to. So like, you know, Nardwuar's crazy like that, but she was able to recite like an entire verse from this lady, and she's been doing that. Like, she pays homage. I don't know what's going on with her and Nicki Minaj right now, but she pays homage to the people from the past, not with just like this fake love, but with like, I used to listen to her coming up, and here's some of her bars. Like, she's cold, like, and then she'll recite it word for word, verbatim. And she also had to go through like the presidents for some reason or another. And she knows about like, I don't know nothing about no president. She was like, oh, that was the 13th president, or that president got assassinated. I'm like, oh man, she knows her American history crazy. So she's smart, and my hat goes off to that. I think she's also like super lucky, super blessed, and super prepared for her situation.
So when you say lucky, like what do you mean?
Right place, right time type of thing.
Yeah.
It's a real mix of luck and skill / talent. So like,
Right.
she had faith to, for example, fix her teeth, like you said. She didn't know that if that was gonna pay off or not, and it did in a major way. She was saying like on her second mixtape that she released, she was getting stressed out. Like she was thinking of Plan Bs. She was like, man, like, I don't know if this is gonna work. This is mad bread that I'm spending on this, and I don't even know if this is gonna work. So she was second guessing herself until Bodak Yellow blew up. And she said she's super surprised and humbled. And but that's when luck and skill, work ethic, all that stuff,
Yeah.
Comes together.
True.
But you gotta be in the right spot, right time.
I don't know who she has on her team though, but they're definitely working.
Oh,
She's
man.
winning. Like even like style, her stylist.
Yeah.
Because there's some artists out here that I'm like, what are you doing? And I just feel like just everything, her hair, her makeup,
Right.
her clothing, like just
I even like the move that she's doing with her. She's opening up a clothing line, right?
no.
You didn't hear about it? So she's doing a clothing line with, man, about this line. I don't know how to describe it. I can't remember the name. Like not Hot Topic or nothing like that. It's like Hot Pick. It's like a online place where like you can get a blouse for like $15, $20, get shoes for like $35. And it's like an online like H&M type of thing, but it's like a little bit cheaper than H&M, really.
I don't know, Ben.
Hot Look, or I don't know what it's called, but she has a partnership with them. All their clothes is uber inexpensive, and I think that's like a ill play for her.
Yeah, I think she's doing something with Steve Madden.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's cool too. I mean, it's cool to be,
Accessible.
yeah, it is. Cause I mean, Steve Madden, I'm gonna say like it's super cheap, but it's nice. Like I like Steve Madden.
Yeah.
I like their shoes, so it's cool
definitely
to be a part of that type of brand
Yeah.
because it is accessible to a lot of people. Like
Probably in her demographic. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. She has a great group of people behind her. Whoever's her team, like, keep it up. And I think a lot of it's her, really. I think she's smart, man. I think she's low-key smart playing,
and
playing chess.
She made a comment. She has a financial advisor. I'm like, great.
And she's pregnant, and she has a baby.
Oh, I know.
She gotta be prepared. Her lifestyle is gonna be a lot different. Cause she's like young, man. She's like 25 or something.
I don't know. She is younger though.
Yeah, I think
She's younger than us for sure.
Yeah. We're old.
All right. End of that topic.
My
Wrap
go?
that up.
My go?
Your turn.
All right. So the third topic and my second topic is Starbucks racist? Trish is laughing.
I hope not. I love Starbucks.
I'm boycotting
I'm not trying to
Starbucks.
boycott that. Oh man, that was so funny when that video, when that whole H&M thing blew up, and they were talking about boycotting it. And remember that video that you showed me? Whenever the person was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, go on, man."
Who was the comedian?
It was, I don't know, it was some black guy that was just like, what am I?
Oh, no. It was Kev on Stage. He's with All Deaf Digital.
I don't know.
Yeah, his name is Kev on Stage. He's with All Deaf Digital, which is Russell Simmons' new like media company, which is really, really good. Like they have a lot of funny stuff like that. I was showing you one of the roast me. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same like group of comedians, but he's actually the leader of that situation.
Yeah, so I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, that was funny. H&M, where I'm gonna shop at now for my kids? We're losing our
all these memes about like how black people are just be looking at each other like,
That's funny.
like avoiding each other in H&M. So after this whole
That's
thing
funny.
happened,
So you can't lose your Starbucks. So I mean,
I don't know. I think it's unfair to say that Starbucks is racist because of a manager that was working at Starbucks made a decision that they made.
okay.
So I think that it's unfair to say that.
Yeah, that does make sense. But how about like Starbucks' reaction? Like the owner of Starbucks went on Good Morning America. Everybody was not excited about how he reacted to the situation, and he's the CEO. Did you see that or not?
No, I didn't. I mean, I kind of browsed at, but I didn't look too deeply in it. Can you elaborate?
I don't know. I didn't look too deeply in it either. I was looking at.
Are you making like a comment? Like,
Well, because Kevin Hart had said that he was displeased with the responses of the CEO, so I'm displeased
I just
off of
think
his
that I could just
off of
imagine.
his
Let's
disposition.
look it up right now.
You gonna look it up? All right, go look it up.
Let's look it up.
So, and like, like, do you know what happened at the Starbucks?
Yeah, like basically, like there was these two black guys that were sitting in Starbucks, didn't buy anything, and then they called the police. Like, is that what happened?
Yeah, it was two real estate agents who, honestly, from the video, they did not look like real estate agents. You know, you say two black real estate agents, you think suit, or at least a button up, at least rather a polo. But these guys were like in sweats, and they were meeting up with a white dude who's in the video as well, wearing like I think it's like a vest, a bubble vest. So he's really white. He has money probably too. If you're wearing a coat without sleeves, you got money. You know what I mean? If you can afford, you know what? I have too many coats with sleeves. I'm gonna go with that one with just the chest area for insulation. You got some bread. So this guy who probably just had faith in these black guys, kids, came to meet up with him. But my thing is, how much is a cup of coffee, bro? Like $5? If somebody's giving you some guff about being there and not paying, like, let me just get a croissant.
Why would yeah?
Just give me a croissant. Whatever,
not
bro.
saying that you should have been arrested for that craziness.
You're not arrested. That's crazy.
But why? But why would? Yeah, why would you go to Starbucks and not buy?
You don't got no
coffee?
cash, bro. Like,
You wouldn't buy a coffee. You just sitting there taking up space. I mean, like I said, it should never.
yeah, it got to a point where cops are called. And that's weird, But my thing is, the manager, hey, look, I'm not for it. This is going to sound like I'm for it. I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit, or getting through the story. It's like you got two black kids sitting down, waiting for a meeting to start at Starbucks, which is super normal.
Would you like ketchup? Yes. Ketchup, please.
Thank you. Which is super normal. See it all the time. I see people with laptops folded out with no coffee next to them. I mean, it happens. But for some reason or another, the manager walks up to them. So, like, how long were they waiting there, Was it like an hour or two? But the manager walks up to them, notices the fact that they've been sitting there for X period of time. Like, Starbucks are usually busy. Like, so how did this even happen? Goes up to them, says, hey, if you're going to be loitering, I need you to leave. Are they making noise? Are they making, like, bringing attention to themselves for this to even start? Like, that's what I kind of want to know. Like, how did this start? Because if I'm in a Starbucks, no one that is behind that counter, no barista will notice that I'm in that Starbucks and haven't paid yet. Like, no Starbucks is that unbusy, and if they are, like, I don't know, it's just like, I need the full story. Now, where the story begins for us is all the cops are already in the rooms telling these guys, you need to go. They're pretty cool about it. They just get, detained and exited out of the Starbucks. Now, what happens afterwards? Are these individuals released? Are they just questioned and released, after running their IDs? Or are they taken to, like, booking and all that?
Different.
Yeah, no. All that extra stuff? Or, we're like, what happened after? How intense did this really get? Why? Where I'm outraged, right, is the moments that I did see. You have a gentleman saying, like, everything is cool. Why are you detaining these gentlemen? Like, I was here to visit with them. They're so nonchalant about it. It's like they've already accepted their fate for one reason or another. It's just like, it's really odd to me. I don't feel like I have the whole story. I hate making judgments without seeing or hearing everything. You know how I feel about media? I feel like people just take the content, mutate it in a way to, justify their cause or bring attention to their issues or topics that they're most passionate about. So, like, personally, is Starbucks racist? I don't know. Can't answer that question. But this situation here is less egregious to me than the one that I'm about to bring up that probably no one's heard of. So yesterday, 2 days ago, a gentleman went to use the bathroom, right, at a Starbucks, and he hadn't bought anything. So they said, we're not giving you the code to get into the bathroom. You haven't bought anything. Yeah, there's a code at the Starbucks to go into the bathroom. So he's like, okay, that's weird. You know, like, I just need to use the bathroom. I'll get, you know, something to drink afterwards. I just want to use the bathroom, bro. I just need the code. So as he's having this argument with people, he has his phone out already. So he was phone ready. And some white dude leaves the bathroom. He goes and asks the white dude, did you have to buy something to get the code? He was like, nah, but I had planned on buying something after using the bathroom. So he's like, you didn't buy anything before getting this code? He was like, nah. And that's, in my opinion, more racist, more of a profiling situation than the one that I saw, because I have all the information.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
But again, is it a situation like where somebody was more aggressive than the other person? Because then you get then it's like a situation of like, I'm not trying to make anything easier for you if you're being rude to me.
Right. What did
So
it
was
start
this person?
out like?
Yeah, was that person rude? Like, I'm not gonna buy nothing. I'm not gonna buy nothing right
Was
now.
it perceived aggression? Oh, you're black, so this guy's like.
No, that's true.
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but that crawled under my skin a lot more. I had a lot less doors to open up in regards to like, and windows to crack open in regards to like, well, what about this? So I was like, man, that was unfair. I do think that it is localized, right, to that, the judgment of that local manager. So is Starbucks racist? I don't know. They're actually closing 8,000 stores and for training.
That was kind of stupid.
On May 29th, it's called racism training. So they're reacting. I mean, sometimes it's about what you do next.
Yeah, but why do you have to close stores to do that though?
Because it's an all-day event.
Yes. Like, how not to be racist?
Alright, Trisha's mad because she's not going to be able to get coffee that day.
How not to be racist?
May 29th, no coffee day.
Why is it gonna be an all-day training about how not to be racist?
It's going to take that long. You gotta flush it out. Yeah, man.
Like, see those examples, the scenarios that they're going through.
The PowerPoint. This is what's happening.
How not to be racist.
Alright, you can wrap this topic up. Any last thoughts?
I thought it was an unfortunate situation. I don't think the overall brand of Starbucks is racist, but it's definitely still racism in this country.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and if not racism, because my definition of racism is hating someone else. Like, you may not hate somebody else, but you definitely have your biases. I feel like everybody have their biases. I don't care what color you are, and you find yourself with another individual, before they open their mouth, before you actually get to know them, you're making assumptions about that individual based on what you see. So that could be what they're wearing,
racial bias, yeah.
what they're wearing, decals that they have on their vehicle, the type of car that they drive, the type of watch that they're flashing, the type of jewelry they have on, like this, if they have a smile or a scowl on their face, and their skin color. I think you're just like, okay, this is what this is gonna be like. Let me put my guard up here and let me open up, here. Because I see people and I get super friendly and come to find out they're assholes, or like I see people and I'm like, put up my defenses, come to find out they're super nice, so it's just like, I think everybody does that. I think it's like nature. I think you just, like, you go up to a squirrel, he runs away from you. It's like, I don't know what type of human you are, but I'm not gonna find out. I'm out of here. You could have like, I might have like, little treats for the squirrel. Like, yo, what are you talking about? Where are you going? I had nuts. Or I could be a kid that, wanna do something wrong to it. So it just like, for survival, it runs away. So it's like, people are comfortable in areas of things that they know. So it doesn't surprise me that people prefer to be around people that look and are from the same places that they are. That's like a preference, like, because they feel more comfortable. They make these assumptions rather, that it's like, well, you know what? Most likely this person is into this or about this, and they make that connection. But I will say, and what I do like is this like notion of, and I think the internet has opened up this door very wide in regards to, don't be afraid to get to know. Just because you've known one thing forever, don't be afraid to start a dialogue, a safe one. I was talking to this one lady, and she was talking about how she just went on a date and she invited this guy to her house, and that her daughter was sleeping in the other room or whatever, and she told me the story and the situation. It was a lame date, but I was like, that is so unsafe. Like, how you gonna invite somebody to your house? You don't even, we went to high school together. You don't even know people like that. That's the most unsafe thing that you could do. Like, if anything, you should have met that person in a public space, got to know them in that arena before inviting them to your personal and private space. So there's always a way to have these like really intense conversations in a safe way, be it like if we're talking about race or like, it's all about having like a neutral party. What do they call it? Like, not a judge, but like a
mediator.
A mediator, yeah. And if you have I'm talking about intense situations. If you have a unbiased mediator and it allows people to debate and really understand different viewpoints, it'll open your eyes, and you're like, you know what?
Is race a hard thing to have a mediator, though, a neutral person?
Race, yeah, I know, right? You just get
like
you get a mutt involved. You gotta get our kids involved. A mutt is somebody's all mixed up. Is that like a faux pas?
Yeah, don't call mixed people mutts, please. It's good. Yeah.
Can I do it because our kids are all mixed up? Thank you. Yes, please, and another bag of tea.
Sure, of course. I'll be right back.
No, don't say it about our kids either.
No.
Thank you.
Well, our kids are all mixed up, so they can be mediator for all races.
They're not white though.
You got a little Irish in me.
They're not white. They're not white. They never identify as white.
All right. So, what's your next topic?
I mean, it's kind of hard to like segue into this after like talking about race, because mine was just about making the bed in the morning or not. So just like, intense race conversation. Let's talk about something less intense.
Yeah, I don't like doing that.
Why though? What are your thoughts on why you don't feel like it's necessary?
Some things you just don't need to. First off, I like to, go onto my covers in the middle of the day. So I'm gonna mess the bed up. Not necessarily later, but pretty soon. I'm gonna mess these sheets up pretty soon here. Deal with it.
Okay.
But why make the bed? Like, you just like the way it looks? Like, there's absolutely zero reason to make a bed.
Well,
You're gonna mess it up.
My thing is that I don't know. I just feel like when you get out of bed and you make it, like, it just motivates you to be more productive in the day. Because I don't know how you lay in the bed and like get things done. I couldn't like continue to lay in the bed and do things. Like, I need to have my surroundings like match my like energy inside. Like, if I want to be productive, like, I need to have things in order and clean and just like put together in a way where it's like, all right, you gotta be up and like get things done. I can't do that with a messy bed.
Yeah, that's more personality. Like, that has everything. Like, I could function with eight bombs dropping around me.
Yeah, you're crazy.
I'm good. I have like blinders. I can tune all that stuff out.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts.
Well, I try to accommodate. I think it's a give and take. If that's one of my compromises to make the bed in the morning, I try to, or at least before you come home, so you can feel good about it. Sometimes I hear the cars screeching into the driveway, and I'm like, oh snap, I haven't made the bed yet. It's like 6 o'clock. I'll make the bed at 6 o'clock to mess it up at 7:30. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
funny.
so that's that topic. My last topic, thank you so much for the hot water, is what question do you hate being asked?
Oh, did I hate being asked? Dang.
I ran out of topics too. It's not the best topic. I was like, all right, this is a good one. Boom.
Are those your kids? I don't know. How old are you?
Yeah.
When did you have these kids?
Well, my wife is 4'11", and she's super hot and young looking. So I don't know. And she's 4'11", so I'm not as surprised that people go, oh my gosh, and she's slim, and so she's like, whoa, you had 3 kids? That's crazy.
Everybody thinks I'm the nanny.
That could be a racist thing.
Maybe.
You live in
I
a
just
good
think it's because I
neighborhood.
look so
That's
young.
all.
I guess maybe like Josiah's the only one who really looks like me.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, no, it's cool. So, I mean, you rather look like you're too young to have the kids than too old. So, but yeah, is that really the question that you hate being asked?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. Because it's just always been, I don't know, something that I've always experienced throughout the years, and just being, like, thought that I was way younger than what I was.
No, yeah.
So, I always tell this story to Nikita. I told the story to Nikita, and I tell it a lot about whenever I was in 3rd grade, and they had this program because I'm from the reservation. There's a lot of like programs to help like just like needy children. So there's this program where they're just giving like free school supplies to a backpack and stuff like that to kids. And then I remember like I wanted these like highlighters or something like that, or these mechanical like pencils, something like that. So I wanted to get those, and they were like, oh no, those are for the older kids. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then I remember the first day of school, like my friend takes out the same exact thing that I was trying to get, and I knew that she had got those at that program too. So that's why I was like, dang, they thought I was, they probably thought I was in kindergarten or something. And I was in I was in 3rd grade. So just that, and just always, I don't know. Some people are nice about it, about saying I look like way younger than what I am, and some people are just really like rude about it. So that's just a question that I don't like to
have to answer,
to ask or explain, and yeah, maybe another question is like, how do you spell your name? Because it comes up all the time in court. Like that's the icebreaker. When I'm in a new court, how do you say your name? How do you spell it?
Yeah, my last name is Anubazor, so it's African like my dad, like I said before. So.
Yeah, so that's always a funny thing to be asked, and and then it leads to other questions too about Anubazor, because then everyone, people are confused because like, why is your last name Anubazor? Like you obviously, that's obviously an African name. So. You're not African, obviously. So then I have to be like, oh, my husband is Nigerian, and then it goes back to like your husband. Like, how old are you?
Oh. You have how many kids?
You have a husband?
You look way too young for kids.
So yeah. How about you? What's your question?
Yeah, the name question for sure. I didn't even think about that one, but I guess I don't hate it. It's just like, to me, it's like a duh situation. People, will hear my story and the fact that I'm from New York, and I moved to North Dakota, and they're like, oh my gosh, that must have been a culture shock. And I just don't like that assessment. Like, no, and you have no idea what New York is like, because New York is all like cut up and divided into, villages, especially essentially, you know.
Villages.
Yeah, little like communities. Like you have Chinatown, you know. You go to the Bronx, there's a whole bunch of Spanish people. You go to Queens, you're gonna have pockets of West Indian people. You're gonna have pockets of you go to Long Island, pockets of white people, pockets of Jewish people. You just have pockets. So these people are always in one spot. So once you go into some other hood, some other area, some other neighborhood, village, let's say, you're surrounded by all of all of that culture. So you learn how to assimilate yourself or prepare yourself for that environment. So when it was time to go to North Dakota, it was like, man, this is like going to like Soho. I just gotta, switch it up. And I did, and actually I really enjoyed North Dakota, and I met a lot of good people there, friends that I have to this day. And yeah, it wasn't a culture shock, man. It was just like going down, to another borough. It was cool, and it was kind of dope being like different. I stood out, so, and I knew how to handle that. So yeah, that's a question that I'm like always, that's whack. Like, no, man, it doesn't work like that at all. And I'm better than someone that would get shell shocked in that situation. I guess those people exist. I suppose the first time you came to college, although it was a couple hours away from your house, you were a little nervous, right?
Yeah. I didn't know anybody but you.
Yeah, sure. Especially coming from like a reservation too, though, right?
Yeah.
Was that like nerve-wracking a little bit?
Yeah, because it was a city. I lived in we don't even have stoplights, on the reservation. So coming to Grand Forks was definitely like a big adjustment to me. And then, I went to a community college, like 15 minutes away from the reservation, and it was small. Like everything was inside.
Yeah.
So that's how small it was, where you could walk to everything inside. And then to just go to this big university where you have to walk like across the campus and I don't know, just not and be an hour and a half away from my family and not knowing anybody else, and just being the introvert type person that I was. Like, it was just like the classes were so much bigger. Like, classes were like literally hundreds of people, and compared to maybe a max of 20 people in a classroom.
Right.
So it was definitely overwhelming. And I remember this one person had transferred to UND that went to the community college that I went to, like before I went to UND, and yeah, like her words were not like encouraging at all. Like, it definitely just added to
super scary. Everybody's gonna be mean to you.
Yeah, no, she was like, the work is like so much harder. The classes are so huge, like you just feel like you're a number. But I mean, it was helpful. But it was helpful because you were there before I was there to just, we had that conversation about like that. We've actually had that conversation, like about those comments that person made, and you're like, nah, like it's not even like that. Like, you don't have to be a number. If you want to go talk to your professor, you can. Like, if you want, extra like information, you can get that. Like, you are only a number if you want to be a number.
Right.
So, that was helpful, but, it was still kind of hard to just really take it all in and just really believe what you were saying, because it's like, you came from New York, like, you were surrounded by so much people all the time, and in these big situations all the time, and so that's why it's probably easier for you to say that than it, and be okay with it than I am.
Yeah, I remember you having those concerns.
I graduated from in high school with a class of 30 people. That was the biggest class ever.
Big class.
So it was just like, I've always just been on this small scale type of situation. So it's definitely like a big change. But I adjusted.
You handled it well. Yeah, no, I mean, you adjusted and you handled it well. Yeah, super impressive. But yeah, question I hate to hear. So that is our first episode. I think it went well. Everybody, if you made it this far, I want you guys to go down to the comments and comment on the best question that you heard. Who won the best question? The name of the show is going to be TBT, right?
I don't know. I think that's still up for debate.
It's still out for debate. Okay. The best topics. So yeah, the best topics. So tell us which topic was the best. Comment below.
FYI, I didn't have 3 topics, but whatever.
You didn't have 3 topics. Oh, you have the last one?
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm gonna say. So that's okay.
All right. Well, I win. So let's just say that.
By default, because you had 3 topics and only had.
Or am I cheating? Am I cheating because I have more of a chance of winning? I don't know. But comment below what your thoughts on, our thoughts were. Was I left on the Starbucks situation, or was I right on point? Did you guys have crazy winters as well with snowfalls across the nation because of Xanto, whatever the storm's name is? Let us know. Like, share, subscribe. That's even an option wherever you're listening to this on. And yeah, we'll see you next time we sit down for breakfast. TBT.
Let's go to Starbucks after this.
Go to Starbucks.
Coffee.
Boycott Starbucks.